Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Lin versus Fly. This game taking place here on Northern Isle, and both of the players have chosen random for their race. So on the top, well, you'll see in the little ticker in the top left-hand side, Lin is actually the Undead player, the blue Undead, over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the top right, we have Fly spawning as the red human. Human versus Undead in this, what proves to be or should be a rather unorthodox match here. Altar of Kings already being built, a barracks. It looks like it will be standard timings coming in from both sides. No delayed altar at all, which should mean for a pretty, well, standard opening. We'll try and see what the particular builds are going to be sometime around the 2-minute mark, when you start to see how they're investing their lumber and their gold. That will pretty much dictate the rest of the game, but I am expecting to see an Archmage versus Death Knight matchup, unless these guys try to play a little bit of a more unorthodox cute game, as we are waiting for that ziggurat to be done. Altar of Darkness already here, ready to go. It is going to be a Dreadlord first. Alright, a Dreadlord going up against an Archmage. It looks like Lin is going to be opening up with the unorthodox strategy this time around, and we'll see if he's going to be trying to go for a fast expansion. This is a 5-4-2-2 creep camp, relatively easy to clear out. Will give level 2, excuse me. And if we see perhaps a sacrificial skull being used, we could be expecting a very quick expansion. The Dreadlord is a rather dangerous hero to try and stop an expansion with, as your main primary hero can easily get slept and then surrounded. And because of that, the Dreadlord expansion has become a much more popular as of late, or at least a recognized strategy in the repertoire of Undead openings. Meanwhile, Archmage, what is he going to do? Fly is just going to be running out with this large number of militia. It looks like he's going to be trying to go... Nope, it does not look like he's going for a fast expansion. He has halted his town hall production of peasants, and with that, these peasants may try and go back to work. Let's take a look back across over here. There's the Dreadlord. Rod of Necromancy already being used, as we should be getting in a sleep onto some of those units. Yeah, there's that Ogre Magi getting slept right there. A little bit of an ensnare. We are now summoning up a Ziggurat as well. The Ogre Magi still has quite a bit of time before he wakes up. And what you're trying to do is just maximize all of your damage while that main damage dealer is out. Also, by placing down that Ziggurat right there, that Ogre Magi is actually running around every which way, and now it is just going to end up getting surrounded and taken out very quickly. Acolyte should be summoning that gold mine already. Meanwhile, Archmage has picked up a Ring of Protection +4, a very powerful, well, extra armor item early on in this match, as we are going into that Haunted Gold Mine and that Ziggurat. Dreadlord is going to stay relatively close by, going to go ahead, get ensnared right here. Let's take a look as the Archmage is going to be able to get an easy creep jack here. Are we perhaps going to be looking at a lightning shield attempt, as the, oh, there is the surround onto the Archmage, but the water elemental was dropped and footmen were all there ready to go, as damage is going to get added back up. All right, Ghoul now back on Blight. Ziggurat getting into that cold tower, that Nerubian tower. Low hit point Ghoul now trying to back away. Vampiric Aura on the Dreadlord, as we're taking a look at a lot of units who are dealing a good amount of damage. It is going to be a quick Ghoul refresh here. All the low hit point Ghouls out, all the full hit point Ghouls are in, and with that, beautifully done by Lin, is going to be able to perhaps shut down one more unit. Let's take a look. No, that footman is now down to 8 hit points. Is that going to go ahead and get surrounded here? All right, more damage, more cold. Let's take a look at it. Another attack could be enough. Skeletal Minion not going to be able to finish it. Meanwhile, the Dreadlord trying to catch up to that footman just a little bit, not as fast as that footman right there. That footman able to actually make a lot of distance. I am surprised by this, and wow, that Dreadlord just lost track of its target there. All right. collision radius having a big difference there. Meanwhile, the Dreadlord now going to be making its way down. Perhaps it spots that the Archmage is trying to clear out this relatively difficult creep camp. Let's take a look at this lightning shield across multiple units. Damage is being done as the Dreadlord wants to finish off a footman. There it goes. There is one footman right there as more damage is still getting added back in. Quick sleep. We are going to get a surround onto that footman right there. Footman going to get taken out with no problem whatsoever. There it goes. Low hit point Ghoul down to 95 hit points. Are we going to see another sleep go down onto that? No, onto the Archmage. And there is illusions now being used. An illusion surround in order to try and take down that Archmage. Lightning shield, however, while acting quick work there as that Ghoul tries to get back. All right, this could be very bad news as the Archmage down to down to 158 hit points. It looks like it will be able to get away as the Archmage now tries to slither back. Meanwhile, low hit point Ghoul is going to resurface back on Blight. Heal up. We are teching to tier 2. It just now got started. Graveyard, well, about a quarter of the way done. Dreadlord's now doing a bit of scouting. We are at Keep. We are looking for that extra hero. I don't see it as of yet. We are going into an Arcane Vault and also that Lumber Mill. But so far, that very fast expansion has not really benefited anything at all. Meanwhile, on top of this, we do see an expansion now set up by the Human Fly, and it does have about only a 40-second advantage in terms of mining. The time it takes to saturate a gold mine for human significantly less, since peasants do have use other than trying to collect lumber. As we're going to take a look, peasant going to get taken down right there. Dreadlord will be forced to retreat back once again. Ghouls getting that Dreadlord almost to level 3. Back down across here, we are getting up a Necropolis. We are getting up a Crypt as well. Tech to tier 2 is about 2/3 of the way done. Mountain King now getting trained up. Archmage will perhaps pick up that Scroll of Regeneration, waiting for the additional units to come by. Where is the heal? I'm waiting for it, and still no heal as of yet. I'm not quite sure what is the reasoning, as there are a number of low hit point footmen which would benefit from a good amount of additional hit points. Dreadlord does get to level 3, now has Gloves of Haste. Meanwhile, Archmage drops a Water Elemental and now going to be trying to go after this, Tuskar Sorcerer creep camp with the tracker. We are going to get Inner Fire down onto those units as well, as that quickly gets taken down. Sorcerer will get taken down as well. Last tracker will get finished off. Goblin Shredder joining in on the fight as well. As you can take a look, that tracker will get taken down. There it goes. A crystal ball now given to the Archmage, as this Water Elemental should just be denied. Back off to the north, Dreadlord perhaps going to try and get some damage here. Are we going to perhaps see a Carrion Swarm? Yeah, Carrion Swarm straight through, but that Arcane Tower is now done, and it will be much more difficult for the Dreadlord to try and finish that off. Dreadlord sitting at level 3. Let's take a look at this. Oh, let's take a look. Dreadlord and pushes through, takes down 3 peasants, and now wanders back again. Still has a good bit of mana. Can perhaps throw down another Carrion Swarm, very far range, as additional farms still need to get added. All right, let's take a look. Potion, what did it buy? It bought a Scroll of Town Portal. It's going to head back off to north, perhaps try and use a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability in order to shut that down. There's the Carrion Swarm, taking down 2 more peasants again, as the Dreadlord now finally out of mana. Mass Ghoul is going to be coming across here. Meanwhile, Goblin Zeppelin dropping in straight on this expansion, as the Nerubian and Spirit Tower tries to fight back. All right, tower damage is getting done a lot. The Nerubian Tower now going after the Goblin Zeppelin. Goblin Zeppelin will have a difficult time trying to get away. Meanwhile, it is going to be expansion for expansion, so to speak, as the ghouls are just going to run on, head on in here. All right, Scout Towers could get finished off here in just a moment. You can take a look. Scroll of Town Portal now trying to come back across. Multiple peasants getting taken down. Multiple peasants are now down, as the Dreadlord, is in the very back here. Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away. How much damage can really be done? All the units do teleport back. And who ended up in the better of that exchange? Difficult to tell. All right. Acolytes are getting trained back up here. Meanwhile, off to the north, more towers are being placed back down. No, no slaughterhouse that I see as of yet training up those obsidian statues. At least no obsidian statues out onto the field. The first one will be making its way here momentarily. Meanwhile, the trappers, warriors, and magi, going to get finished off here, giving that Dreadlord level 4, and it is going to be perhaps, is it going to be level 2 Carrion Swarm. Not 100% sure what the ability is going to be, as we are now going to be looking at, well, dropping that Rod of Necromancy for a full potion of invulnerability. All right, no additional hero as of yet. Solo Dreadlord does allow for infernal summonings. Infernal summonings extremely powerful. As we're going to take a look. Oh, Dreadlord could have come across all of these units here. Are we going to perhaps see this Carrion Swarm? Wow, just outside of the death range. But it did disrupt all of that healing there. 3 of those footmen, well, pretty much if you sneeze on them, they will fall over. Archmage, Mountain King, level 3, level 2. Let's take a look. Dreadlord sitting at level 4. Obsidian Statue now healing back up. Water Elemental is here as well. And that damage is going to start to add up. And right here, Archmage is there as well. What is going on? There's a Carrion Swarm there. Ghouls going to get finished off. There it goes. Archmage now up to level 4. Bolt from the Mountain King. That means damage. That means more death as a, well, Thunderclap now being used as well. Lightning Shield on that Mountain King. Mountain King dealing so much additional damage. Stormbolt picks off another ghoul as the Archmage has effectively used Lightning Shield to deal a large amount of damage to both creeps and also the undead army. Now, Lin is going to be in a little bit of trouble. He needs to figure out how to get back into this. Archmage is at 4. Mountain King is at 2. Dreadlord is getting closer to 5. But once the Archmage catches up in terms of experience, well, things can go from the bad to worse very quickly. All right, there is that Devour magic already. Ghouls are here. Obsidian Statue now trying to heal. Big damage across multiple units. As we're going to take a look, there's a Carrion Swarm. As there was almost a surround. Mountain King trying to get away. A big thunderclap right there. So much damage. There goes another ghoul again, as the damage is just slowly adding, slowly but surely. Stormbolt onto another ghoul. The Mountain King with that 200 hit point Stormbolt picking off ghouls like it's going out of style. Mountain King now forced to retreat, needs a bit more mana. Dreadlord has mana, and is he going to be able to perhaps put pressure here? That is the question, trying to line up all of these units. Web Spinner quickly going to get taken down. Level 5 now on the Dreadlord. Level 5 Dreadlord going to cause some serious problems as the Arachnids will drop some items, but more importantly also giving gold as well, even though the hero is at level 5. All right, let's take a look. Death Knight joining in on the experience party. He's going to get almost a level 2. Meanwhile, Carrion Swarm almost finishes off multiple towers, or deals damage to multiple peasants back there as the scouting is now still getting underway. Let's take a look. Archmage is right here. Mountain King footmen through the center. Armies seem to be all scattered apart as the ghouls, destroyers, and units are now making their way through again. All right, another Carrion Swarm, another round of peasants completely just flattened. As we're taking a look at this battle continuing through and through. All right, Griffins are currently out onto the field. Griffins, Thunderclap, picking off ghouls. Abomination, not the unit that you were really trying to go for. Paladin is also here as well, and this is just not looking good for Lin. Fly is going to be able to pick off that Abomination without much effort. Meanwhile, Death Knight is in a world of hurt. Lich shows up to the party. Lich has Orb of Corruption. Damage trying to add through as well. Death Coil could be going on to, yes, that Dreadlord. Dreadlord has a Potion of Invulnerability. Perhaps going to try and back away right there, as it also uses its own. All right, more damage, more battling, getting through. Once again, are we going to see a Carrion Swarm? Yeah, Carrion Swarm hitting multiple units, but not enough to get those units into the low red zone. Abomination sitting at 1-1. Obsidian Statues, no additional armor, and those are just the prime targets for those Griffins. Abomination now coming across the inside. Carrion Swarm pushes through, more damage across all of those peasants. Once again, they're being called back over. Meanwhile, Griffins trying to heal back up, sitting at 875 hit points. Where are they going to go? Lich also has a good amount of mana as well. Obsidian Statues bringing up the rear, as we should be looking at the Dreadlord, perhaps trying to back away to give more experience to that Lich and that Death Knight. All right, Dreadlord deciding to stay close to the battle. Tome of Knowledge right here. And the Dreadlord, yeah, does have some experience on his way to level 6, but it's not going to be anywhere near what he needs it to summon an Infernal in the next battle, unless it is a large, major, epic, drawn-out battle with lots of units falling. All right, Reaver will get taken down here. 54 to 61 damage. It looks as though it's going to get taken down. Endurance aura now dropped. So faster movement speed, faster attack speed. Well, overall, just high damage indeed. And high movement indeed. Gargoyles taking to the skies to try and finish off those Griffins. The Griffins may be able to pick off a lot more units. As you can take a look, the Griffins unable to attack the Reaver. The Reaver is does have magic immunity, so the Dragon, or not the Dragonhawk Riders, the Griffin Riders unable to take it down. Meanwhile, back off to the north here, Gargoyles are here, ready to go. Death Knight in that front line position, losing a good amount of mana. Are we going to see a carry-on swarm? Yes, we do. There goes that last unit there. As, well, tower after tower will end up getting taken down. The Dreadlord sitting at level 5, getting close to 5.5. Meanwhile, we see multiple peasants will get lost here once again. Archmage finally uses a Scroll of Town Portal, but is it a little bit too little, too late? There comes the units. Stormbolt onto the Death Knight. Death Knight now could have been in trouble as the Paladin shows up to the party. All right, Paladin now trying to perhaps Holy Light the Death Knight, but Death Knight is in position again. Gargoyles unable to stick around for far too long, just too much focus fire as the Death Knight does get taken out. Sniped by multiple units, but the, well, Paladin almost gets sniped in his own time. Big thunderclap across multiple units, and now the Lich is going to go down as well. Dreadlord in serious trouble. Dreadlord down to 700 hit points and falling quickly. Mountain King has mana, but is not, well, not willing to use it as of yet, as the Knights are now going to be swinging back the other way. Low hit point Obsidian is actually now trying to retreat back home. Dreadlord sitting at level 5. Is it going to try and use a Scroll of Town Portal to finish off any of those units? Unable to finish off any units and get to level 6. Getting to level 6 on that Dreadlord would have been key. Summoning the Infernal, a powerful unit with also a come into play, enter the battlefield effect. So powerful indeed, but we are now going to see, well, instead the Gargoyles getting picked off by the Mountain King and that Stormbolt. All right. Coming back down, Dreadlord is now sitting at level 6. It was able to get to level 6 after perhaps chasing down a number of units. Dreadlord is here, ready to go. Is it just going to summon an Infernal here? Yeah, there you go. Multiple peasants all gone. And that expansion is now done. Dreadlord, or the Infernal, just dealing damage right here. All the units may be trying to back off. Meanwhile, the Dreadlord says, you know what? I don't even need to stick around in that fight whatsoever. I'm just going to back up, let my economic advantage now start to take hold. And with that, let me be able to push back the other way. All right, 65 over 80 supply is actually the Undead army compared to 47 over 84 for the human army. We do see Staff of Sanctuary has been used effectively as we are now trying to haunt another gold mine over here on the top left. Difficult to do so. Well, Acolyte's going to get finished off one at a time. Last one, there it goes. All of the Acolytes now taken down. Meanwhile, the Dreadlord is going to be brought back over to try and finish off more units. Dreadlord can just stand right here and perhaps finish off a peasant or two, trying to finish off some of those units. All right, Griffins now joining in on the fight, could perhaps try and finish off this unit here. Let's take a look. Abomination, or not the Abomination, the Infernal, 49 to 60 damage. Scroll of Town Portal. Is the Infernal going to get taken out? It looks as though, yes, it will be taken out, but, well, through that storm, through that town portal, through that town portal in order to stay alive. Dreadlord is at 6, Death Knight is at 3, expansion is now reset, and with this, all you have to do is wait 2 to 3 minutes and you know you're going to have a larger army than your opponent. He's just not going to have as much gold to train up as many of those units since he is now down a base. Being forced to try and rebuild that base as well forces a lot of spending. 76 supply compared to 54. Dreadlord on the move here, ready to go. I believe the Death Knight is out. Are we getting the Lich? Yes, Lich will be coming out here as well. Anti-magic shell on the Death Knight. You can see how fast or how quickly that Death Knight is moving out across the field as the Dreadlord now makes its way. Nope, heading its way back down again. All right, we're looking at Fly, perhaps trying to disrupt all of the expansion action going on here as Acolyte's just getting completely taken out. Carry-on Swarm almost finishes off the flying machines, as we're taking a look at another destroyer who, well, the Infernal, who could be about taken out again. Dreadlord gonna try and carry on Swarm. Does he even really need to? The destroyer seem to be able to handle multiple units. The gargoyles are there acting as additional melee frustration, and now finally able to attack onto the ground. All right, Paladin is going to be in some serious trouble. Mountain King as well. Let's take a look. Are we going to perhaps be looking at a Stormbolt here in just a second? There it is. There's a Stormbolt, and by Magic Shell was used in time. Carry on Swarm finishes off a unit as the Lich, now down to 134 hit points, decides to run back to get away. All right, that is going to be the game. Beautifully done by Fly as... Wait. Lynn? Beautifully done by Lynn to take the game. Yeah, let's take a look at it. Level 6, level 4, level 3 compared to 5, 4, 3. Yeah, Undead taking the matchup, especially since he was on that solo Dreadlord for so long. By the time he got the Death Knight and the Lich, it almost made me wonder, is he actually going to be able to get levels on those units? He was able to get levels on them quickly, and with that faster movement speed from the Endurance Aura, able to get into position pretty much at every single opportunity. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.